Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well today. A little bit of the garden. My hat's messed up because I take it off like this, and so it bends over that one side. So somebody commented about my hat, sent me a message and saying that you've got the weirdest hat. Well, you know what? This hat is a Royal Stetson. I know where this hat came from, and it's probably from the 1950s. So it's in great condition, and it's taken on a life of its own. Okay, but with that being said, the garden. Look at how nice the garden is. Okay, let's wander. Look at the lovely Italian hangs things on the wall. They'll come by and they go, ooh, look at that garden. I just want to show you guys something that is just and it's over there too. I don't know if this is, I'm showing it right, in this corner there, and then all of this, it's mint. And I would pick it off by the bunch, and I would hang it dry, and I actually made tea from it. Really nice. Okay, don't you be stepping on the garden. These are heirloom tomatoes. I gotta get some sticks now, and I gotta stand them all up and tie them. But I think there's, let's say there's 10 a row, 10, 20, 30, just a little short of 40 heirloom tomato plants here. Thank you, Aurelio and Sharon. They're lovely. Get out of the garden, go on. Yeah. Oh, thanks for listening. Okay, and the red building there, that's where the goats are. They're not coming in this area anymore. I'm going to let this area really grow. Look at, there's more mint right there. Look at all the mint. Okay, I'm going to try to include a little bit more of my garden, because I just don't make jewelry. I'm a gardener too. I don't mind gardening, you guys. I used to, up at the other old house, Draycott, we had a 12 by 14 garden, and I would have fresh lettuce and radishes and tomatoes. We had buckets of them around the house. A lot easier to deal with. I kind of got my watering system all set up again, so I just need to turn the pump on, and then I come out here and I can water. It's just really a nice hose here. So I want to make this a little bit more of a comfortable place. I think I'm going to build a structure. We're going to show that. We're going to put maybe a roof on it so that we could sit over there. Where are we at? And maybe a little deck and a little covered area. So I've got some few projects on the go here. But maybe today I'd like to, well, I'm going to get back to you in a little bit on the garden today. You know, I went into the bamboo center, which is another area. But I'm looking forward to my garden this year. So with that, you know, I'm just gonna get a couple more of these in the ground. Show you that it's real straightforward. Oh. I probably could, yeah, 4 should be enough in the video. And then I'm just putting them in this way here, the small end. Look at that, nice and strong in the ground. I might move these two. I'm gonna move these two and put my rhubarb there. This way I can leave the rhubarb when I rototill, because it's one of those plants you just want to leave. Okay, real simple. And then little twine thing. In terms of offside, I'm going to get all these done, and then we'll go from there. Okay, you guys, a little bit wet today. And like I say, this is going to be something that you want to do. You have to enjoy it. Gives me a reason to be out too. Like in the mornings, I'm up at 6:30. I'm out walking the dogs, and if it's going to be a sunny morning, I want to build a little deck over there. Like I said, I want to have my coffee, and I want to sit out here. And if I have to do a little gardening, you know what? So I take a half an hour out of my day. Yep. And then I can go to the studio and I can work and I can make some nice projects, and we're gonna get things happening. All right, you guys. Okay, big mistake. Big mistake, huge mistake. I don't know any jewelers, but this was a common thing at the shop. Come springtime, people would come in and they'd, oh, my rings, I didn't take my rings off while I was doing my gardening. Well, they were filthy. But, oh, look at that, the dirt's just caked in it. Okay, so I have the ultrasound, I have the equipment, so I won't make that mistake. I didn't even put my work gloves on. Okay, the ivory was just a mess. I'm gonna leave it in there for a while longer. Okay, so if you were working in as a jeweler goldsmith, oh, sorry you guys. As a jeweler goldsmith and you were working the counter and you had filthy, dirty hands like that, it doesn't really show too well. Okay, my garden's coming along nicely. I transplanted the rhubarb, put all those poles in there, and I kind of packed it in. I just said, okay, well, I'm going to come into the studio. Didn't realize it was already this time. Once the garden's, hey, don't do the garden if you don't want to. If you don't want to get dirty and you don't want your dogs in there and making a mess and getting a bit dirty, and don't do it. But I'm going to do it. I'm going to have a garden that I'm going to be proud of, and unless something happens to me, that's going to be one darn nice garden. I'm going to go. I've got all sorts of heirloom seeds. The Italian does, and we're going to start planting those. And then I want to plant lettuce. I love a nice salad with tomatoes in it. Oh. Radishes, my favorite go-to thing. We're going to do the cucumbers and all the rest of it, and zucchini squash and zucchini, I should say, and I'd like to try to find some spaghetti squash. I think Lisa said she had some seeds for that. And maybe even a pumpkin plant in there, because it's big enough space. There's an overflow of food. I'm just going to do little baskets and put them out front for $2 or something like that. It's not going to go to waste. There's enough people that walk by here and buy the eggs that they probably just love to have the fresh produce. Okay, you guys. All sorts of jobs to kind of get done. The hood ornament went out. That guy was really pleased. He was thrilled. And I'm working on the FTW. I think I did a video of it, doing the cam. What else? Do I have a coffee? I didn't make a coffee for me. Here to sit in this. What am I gonna make today, you guys? French vanilla? Okay. And of course, I've told you that I don't really use milk in my coffee anymore. It's Silk Almond 30, the unsweetened. Give yourself a nice, generous dollop of it there. Quarter cup. Gets the coffee at the right temperature too, so you can drink it. Okay, what else? Did you like the video about the coin ring? The coin ring was neat. I sure enjoyed doing that little project. But I got to get back now. I got to focus on the jobs at hand there. I just wanted to do a nice video, something that you can all, well, not all relate to, but that you can relate to. That's going through the process and working and using your shop tools without going out and buying fancy dyes. Not that I'm telling you not to buy the dyes. If you've got the money and you can afford the dyes, buy the dyes. But I don't think there's a great return on coin rings. So many people are doing it. And like I said, where do you get all the coins? Because they're getting harder to find too. People want premium for them. Oh, that's going to be a good cup of coffee. Okay, so make sure you put your gardening gloves on. I'm going to make sure there's a pair. I'm going to make like I say in the video, I'm going to make two areas there. One for a sitting area there covered, and then another area right outside the door. I've got I don't know, many times picked up at a garage sale a bench with a sink in it. So I'm just going to run a garden hose over to it. And it's not like there's a tremendous amount of water. The water will just leak into the garden. It's just tap water. So I'm going to do that. So there'll be a covered area. There'll be some tools in there. I'm going to make it kind of neat. So that's another project we're going to get at this summer, this spring, and we'll get that done. And then, so when the vegetables come out of the garden, they could be washed there, right? And then, you could get a little basket or whatever like that. And oh my goodness. I'm going to see how it goes. And I hope you come along for the trip. And what else? And if there's anything you want to see in the garden, let me know. Hey, if you got some fancy seeds, it's not too late to ship to me. Hey, maybe I'll plant them. Okay, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, make some comments, and I think that's probably going to be it today. Maybe I'll throw something in the shop. I don't know what, but maybe we'll do a little bit of the shop, something, and then we'll end her off for today. Okay, you guys, have a great day. Call a friend, and be kind to your farm animals. It was kind of rattling my head of how I should end off some of these videos that maybe aren't so much jewelry related, but you know, throwing in the garden, doing a little bit of that. Maybe I'll do a little bit of shop tour. Maybe I'll show you a piece of equipment. So maybe I'll start out with the rolling mill. I mean, it's a beautiful piece of equipment. This is there's horses on it. It's Italian. It's a Cavallin rolling mill. Wait a second. Let's turn it on. And I use foot switches, and I get them at Lee Valley. Lee Valley sells these switches, and they have a couple different kinds, just two, I think. So they have one of these switches where if you press down, it turns it on, and you press it again, it turns it off. But I like it so when you press it down, you have to keep your foot on it, so it stays on. So if something happens, and you jump back, you take your foot off of it, the mill stops. Okay, this one here is for square wire, and this one's for flat stock. And it's quite the machine, it's quite quick. And so, do I have a piece of something I could just roll out for you? Here, how about a little piece of this coin that I cut out for another job. Now, really what I should be on this side here, feeding it in with this hand, catching it with this one, and then I've marked the top of my gears, so I know. Down and do it half turn. Okay. Now remember, after a while, these things get work hardened too, right? Okay, see how that's rolling out, how much flatter it's getting? I should have put a micrometer on there, verni caliper, and showed you the difference. Oh! So, let me guess, this one doesn't work. Yeah, it works. I need to get some batteries. Okay, 0 millimeters. And so now this is 1.31 millimeters. So if I'm working on a job where I need a part, or I need to make a part or something like that, I keep my verni calipers with me. And let's say I need it at, I'm going to say 1.2 or something like that. I just kind of keep going. I just do it a little bit less. A little bit less each time, and just check it. So there you go, 1.2. Okay, so that's what that rolling mill's for. That's quite the nice one. That's for a little studio guy, for a little studio or something like that. This is overkill. Okay, but I have a hand one. I got a magnet here right now. There's another one back here, but I don't use these ones. There's no point in using them. Oh. Then I also have my old rolling mill that's been with me for 25 years. This was, again, there's no name on this one, I don't think. Yeah, could be Cavallin, could be maybe a Durston, but I'm not too sure. I'm sure people will correct me. But there's no markings on it at all. That is a must piece of equipment. A rolling mill, if you want to set up a studio or a shop or something like that, and you're doing bench work, ingot molds, lots of ingot molds, round ingot molds, square ingot molds, draw plates, draw pliers, more ingot molds. It's really a must for a handmade shop or just a studio shop that you make hand making a lot of stuff. So that's rolling mills. That's my little shop tour, and that's what I'm going to end off today's video with. So I hope you have a great day. Just hit the subscribe and hit the like button and comment. All right, you guys have a nice day.